Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'd like to talk about my study struggles. I try to overcome my struggles. So, as you know, English is not my first language. It is one of my struggles studying here. And also, other than that, sometimes there are some group work. It is really hard for me because I'd like to finish the group work in advance, or I'd like to meet the group first and then organize everything and finish it as soon as possible, because there are other assignments that I have to do and I don't like to be doing something that in a rush. Other than that, I'm struggling with, there are lecturers who are able to teach, and however some of them they don't even able to teach. I really hope next year I will have a good lecturer. There are some good lecturers and they were my favorite lecturer in my previous year, but there are also some lecturers that they don't really know how to teach, and it is really hard for me to understand that. And also it is not easy for me to memorize long words in English, or even in my language. It was one of the hardest things for me to do. However, of course everyone have their own struggles, but I try to overcome my struggles by implement different type of studying. For example, if I cannot remember the long sentences, I usually try to translate it to my language, and I try to translate it in Indonesia in something that easier for me to remember. And sometimes it will be so funny if somebody else reading it. Let's say, for example, in chemistry there are words cation and anion. Cation, it means like cat. Onion, it means onion. So when it is a cat, I will say, oh, kucing. Kucing is cat in Indonesia. And onion is bawang putih. Or just say bawang putih. No, onion is bawang merah. I remember in my previous exams, it was really hard for me to understand some of the modules. So I decided to do all the exercises and try to know how they calculate it, and I redo them by hand. I know it takes time, but it helps me a lot. And also for some of the modules that I have to memorize a lot of them, I usually memorize it by typing them. When I type them 10 times, then I will memorize it eventually. So there are some tricks that I've done to help my study, and sometimes I ask my friend who is really helpful. I usually go to Maths Cafe for MATLAB or programming subject. Another one, for me to be able to answer most of the question on the exams, I usually do the past papers. Luckily in the UK, mostly they hand out the past papers, so the student can learn and familiar themselves with the past papers. Yeah, everyone will have struggles, and every year I always take notes which type of study that is easier for me. If in the foundation year that method didn't really help me, so I change it to the next semester. Or I always try to ask people how do they study. I always try different methods. I really hope this video will help you how to cope with the study struggles as well, or giving you the example. It is not just you who are struggling in your study, because me too, and I think a lot of students as well have the same problem. Anyway, I'll speak to you next time. Bye!